All right, all right. Thank the Lord for so much. Hope everybody's doing well and have had a beautiful and blessed day. Want to give a great shout out to everybody. Hope you are doing well. And I want to give a special shout out to Linda, known as Silver Bells. I enjoyed your video that you responded back with on the drunk man and the man in the wheelchair. God bless you. And want to give a special shout out to Janice and I Rock and Spoken for 36. We all love our beautiful women on here. God bless you. Now this gonna be the part two of that video. If you've seen the first video, then you know what I'm talking about. But I want to finish off with this video with this little story. And I want to title this video The Religious Man and the Drunk Man. The religious man and the drunk man. And just keep up with me for a moment and God bless you. Here was this religious man who went to church faithfully every Sunday. He was on the deacon board. He was in the choir stand. He went to Sunday school. He went to Bible study. Anything they had at church, he was there. He was very religious, but he wasn't spiritual. And all he did was criticize others, though he went to church all the time. But he always looked down on people because he thought he was so much better than other people because he went to church all the time. And he prayed and laid hands on people even. But there was this drunk man who was always drunk. But the drunk man was very, very spiritual. And across the street from the church is where the drunk man always was, in front of the store. And every time the religious man would walk to the store, he would step over the drunk man and talk bad about him. Never even offer him clothes to wear. He was also drunk and homeless, and he cussed people out a little bit. But he had a great heart, and he was very spiritual. But the religious man never could see nothing good in that drunk man. And he always told him how he was going to go to hell and that he wasn't nothing but a drunk. But never once did he reach out his hand. And so many of the other church folks, when they go to the store, they would look at him and step over him too. And the church folks and the religious man thought they was so much better than this drunk man. And this drunk man really didn't have a bad history. He once upon a time was on his feet, but he got laid off. He lost his family. So that's how he started drinking. And one drink led to another drink, and he started becoming a drunk. But he never forgot about God, and he always prayed. But he couldn't fight away that drunkenness. But he always looked around for help, but no one could reach out. One day the preacher went to the store, and he spoke to the preacher. And the preacher looked at him and stepped right over him and kept going too, because the preacher didn't like his ways. So all the religious folks went right back to the church. But not once did the church pray for him. Not once did the church ever even go say, "What do you need, brother?" And this man been homeless, drunk man been homeless for about 15, 20 years. But he always spoke to people when they walked by. Half of the people wouldn't say nothing. He was drunk and homeless and laid right across the street in front of the church all those years. One church lady said that, "Your mouth too bad. Don't say nothing to me." And he said, "Sister, I can't help who I am, but just forgive me." He asked her for a few dollars one time, and she looked at him like she was crazy. Looked at him like he was crazy. But not to make this story so long, one day that old drunk man got very sick. Somebody know where I'm going with this. And he wound up in the hospital by him having no family, no one checked on him, no one prayed for him or nothing. So he was pretty much on that time where he was about to just go and give up. But in his times, in his last days, he really gave his life over to God. And he prayed for forgiveness. And he repented for everything he did on this dying bed. And then all of a sudden, the religious man got sick also. Out of nowhere, cancer just got a hold to him. And to make the story short, they both died. Just like when the rich man and Lazarus died. They both died. Judgment time. And here they are going before God. See, after the death comes the judgment. And God looks at both of them. See, y'all better feel me in this video. Only God can make these judgments. It's only God that can take, oh man, certain people that you think ain't gonna get in, you got to be careful who you saying ain't gonna make it in. God looked at the religious man first, and he said, "Here you are. Hmm. The religious man, he all proud now because he know he's going to heaven. And God started telling him about himself. He said, here you are, both of y'all. And he said to the religious man, how many times did you walk over this drunk man? How many times did you even offer him a helping hand? He said, remember the time when that drunk man tried to come to the church and he knocked on the door, and just because he smelled bad and didn't have on good clothes, y'all closed the church door in his face. He said, the drunk man loved me more than you did, though you was the one that went to church every Sunday. Though you was a deacon, though you was in the choir stand, you was in all those auxiliaries in the church, but you forgot about me. And he said, how dare you to look down on the man that I told you to go see about? But you couldn't look past that he was a drunk. Then he told the religious man, I'm going to get back to you. So he looked toward the drunk man. He said, here you are. He said, yes, you was a drunk. You always said different things to people. You even cussed a few people out. He said, but your heart. And he said, what I love about you, drunk man, is that you never forgot about me. He said you was very spiritual. And you prayed to me, and you've been fighting with this drunkenness ever since your family died. And he said, but what I love about you, you never forgot about me. And you told more folks about me than the religious man did. And then God turned back and looked at the religious man and said, you know what? Forget all the small talk. It's time to make this decision. And he looked at the religious man and he told the religious man, I had a kingdom set for you. But you never did be about my business. He said, and while you down in this drunk man, he said, turn and look toward this drunk man. The religious man looked at the drunk man. He said, the drunk man will have your spot, your mansion, what I prepared for you. Your way is not this way. Your way is headed for destruction. This day, this drunk man is going to be in paradise with me. And the religious man started trembling. He didn't understand. And God had to remind him, he said, I told you in my word, my ways are not your ways and your thoughts are not my thoughts. He told the religious man, you will never know what I'm thinking and you don't know why I'm doing what I'm doing. He said, but this day, this drunk man will have no more pain, no more suffering. He's been about my business more than you have. And he said, it didn't matter how many days you went to church, religious man. He said, didn't I show you in my word how my son had so many problems with the Pharisees, the religious folks? He said, you wasn't nothing but religious and you didn't have no relationship with me. And you wonder why this man that drunk, that cussed people out and that had hard times and he loved me so much, he's coming with me. But I need you to depart from me because your way is that way. He said, I told you in the book of Matthew, everybody that was saying, Lord, Lord, on that day, what did I tell you? I'm going to tell some folks to depart from me, and I'm telling you to depart from me. He said, this drunk man, go join up with that prostitute woman right there. Join up with that dope dealer right there. Come on, somebody, film me in this video. Join up with the people that you call the secular artists. He said, while you was sitting there thinking you was already in heaven, you was on your way to hell, and the drunk man been with me. Get away from me. You worked iniquity. He said, I told you to love. He said, how can you walk around and say that you love me and you didn't love the drunk man who laid across the street in front of your church that you never even gave a helping hand to? And then God looked at the religious man. He said, remember the story in the Bible about Jesus and the sinful woman, and the sinful woman anointed my son's body. He had to remind he had to remind the religious man. He said that woman had many sins. Whether she was sleeping around, cursing, drinking. He said, what did my son tell that woman? He said, my son told her, you are forgiven. Just like that. And he told the religious man, where was your compassion at for the sinners? Who were you to think you was better than that drunk man? And he said, here's the other thing. When you thought you was hiding what you do behind closed doors, God said, I know about you when you was going to your room getting drunk. Sometimes. He said, you think you was hiding from me, though you criticized this man and stepped all over him and called him everything but a child of God? What's your point, JT? You're going to be shocked at who makes it into heaven. You're going to be shocked. That man killed somebody, but he's going to heaven. That man didn't have no good in him, but he's going to heaven. Now, God, here we go again. We are not God's boss, are we, meaty man? You don't tell God what to do. You don't make the decisions for God. God don't answer to us. See, we have forgotten that. You're going to be shocked at who you see, shocked at who you don't see. You're going to be shocked that you made it in. It's going to be some people that make it in. Trust me, people. When you look at the Bible, it's going to be some people that make it into heaven you will be shocked behind. And some of these folks that you got all your faith and trust in, you thinking they're going to make it in, and some of them probably ain't going to even be in there. Oh, y'all better catch something out of this story. Though the one that went to church all the time, got off in all the things in the church, wind up going to hell. And then God said, who are you, religious man, to put this drunk man in hell ahead of time like you are the judge? He said, I'm the shot caller. You don't have that power. And so I want to tell all these religious folks who looking at this video, you ain't got no power to put nobody nowhere. Be concerned of making it in yourself and stop walking around here like you are perfect. And y'all wonder why I can listen at that wisdom from that drunk man on that corner? We don't even want to listen to certain people just because of the clothes that they wear. We think that ain't no word in them. Oh, be careful who you looking down on, because they might have more word of God in you than you think. So the religious man went that way. We know which way I'm talking about. But that drunk man, Sister Linda, that drunk man made it in. See, we don't do the changing, do we, Sister Linda? We do not do the changing. Only God can do the changing. Now, see, we are the messenger. We are not the enforcer. All we can do is deliver the message. That's it. And go on about our business. It's only God that's going to change them. But here's the big thing a lot of people don't understand. It's only God that's going to make that decision. To us, it's a hard decision, but to the Lord, He going to say, you come on right in. You come on right in. Oh, hold on. You stop right there. You was the one that's not going to make it in. See, we wish we could outthank God sometimes, don't we? We wish we really know who's going to heaven and who's not, but we don't. Be concerned about your own salvation, but also pray for others and encourage them. Tell them about God and keep moving. That's all you can do. You can't spend your time trying to save somebody. You can't save. You can't do it or deliver somebody. It's only through God got to do that. We can only fight for our own salvation. When I get to see God, God ain't gonna ask me about what my mama did, what my daddy did. He gonna tell me, okay, you standing and giving an account on your life, JT. Your life, the life I live. And before I leave, I always tell people, remember the grave on your coffin. I mean, you see that the day you was born and the day you died, and you got that dash in the middle. Let that dash in the middle be good things said about you. Be blessed.